This is 10,000 Hours of Indie, and more specifically the 80 Bands Around the World project. I've set myself the task of seeing 80 independent bands from around the world. There's no time limit, but I can only see one band or artist from each country, and I can't put money into the pocket of Ticketmaster. Simple, right? Well, I'm also based in Finland, which makes it tougher, so I'll need help from any touring bands that come through or event organisers that can help get me to my total of 80. Give me a follow on socials and get in touch if you can help. Links are in the show description. After 20 plus years of living in Finland and somehow managing to miss or avoid the legendary music festival Tuska, 2026 seemed like a good year to try it. I knew it would make up some numbers for the 80 Bands Around the World project, but I've also always wanted to see what the fuss was about and why this is such a legendary weekend in the calendar of so many Finns. The event is held in Suvilahti, a space which is used for many of Finland's biggest summer events, including Flow Festival, and for this festival there are two large outdoor stages, a large big top-style tent, and a smaller club-size indoor space. The daily capacity of the festival is 22,000, so smaller than many other European festivals, but having been around for more than 25 years, it was the first heavy genre-specific festival in Finland. So, I'm in for 3 days of being out of my comfort zone, and arriving on Friday, I settled myself in with 2 interviews before even managing to see a band. So first up, let's go through the bands I saw, enjoyed, but didn't interview. On Friday, I saw a little of the set by UK reggae metal act Skindred. Great crowd and lots of audience interaction. Their frontman began the set dressed in what looked like gold and black dressing gown, with fluffy sleeves and collar with their black and white Union Jack, launching into a set of songs both intense and audience pleasing. When I caught the last song of the set, singer Benji Webb was encouraging everyone to swing clothing around in unison, etc. You get the idea. On Saturday, I caught a band I actually knew and really liked already, Swallow the Sun in the Radio City tent. Hailing from Jyväskylä, Finland, these guys play death doom apparently, but this was much more melodic to my ears for the most part. They aren't exactly the most energetic band on stage, but their songs are beautiful and atmospheric. A great set and one of the few I managed to see all of. I started my Sunday late. Isn't that what you do on a Sunday? And I arrived in time to get near the front for Queensryche. 44 years into their career and with only 2 original members, they launched into a crowd-pleasing set to a massive audience on the Nordic Energy stage, the second outdoor stage. I wasn't so familiar with their music, but thought I'd give them a go as they are partly prog, and I wasn't disappointed. The current singer, Todd LaTorre, is amazing, and I was mesmerised by his vocal performance, while the rest of the band was still obviously enjoying what they do, and again, I stayed throughout this set, and it was well worth it. Also on Sunday, I hit up the Radio City tent again, this time to see what Yorkshire metalcore band Malevolence were all about. Currently seeing out dates without their frontman, other band members and guests were fulfilling vocal duties, and wow, if this is what they can offer without their usual frontman, I can't wait to see them play with him. They were energetic, in your face, and totally committed to this show despite the setback. I couldn't get enough of this and was disappointed when it ended. A band well worth checking out if you get the chance. So, let's start with the first band I interviewed. In fact, the first band I saw at the festival was the legendary Japanese band Loudness. This is their 45th anniversary tour, and their stage presence in the Radio City tent showed that. This was a magnificent show and possibly my favourite show of the weekend too. The band have had their lineup changes through the years, but the harmony on stage was obvious and they played through a set of their classic back catalogue with ease, enjoying the audience reaction and putting in 100% despite being in their mid-60s. This is how metal bands used to be, and they still represent everything that was great about 80s metal. I spoke to singer Minoru Nihara a couple of hours after their show. I'm here with Loudness singer Minoru. Thanks for joining me.
こんにちは。Nihara Minoru desu. Hello, this is Minoru Nihara.
You're what I would call a proper metal band. Old school
really?
metal. You know,
proper metal, I don't know.
how metal was when it used to be metal.
Okay.
But after 45 years of touring, what do you do to keep your music fresh?
Keep myself practicing every day to sing better, to make people feel good. That's my motivation. I focus on making people feel good and then make them smile, in the show.
It was a great show.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's the kind of key.
What is the most important thing you've learnt about yourself in the 45 years of the band?
Never give up.
Okay.
We've been through good time, also bad time, because we lost our drummer, and they kicked me out once.
You were out of the band for 12 years, weren't you?
For 10 years.
10 years, yeah.
In 1990s.
Yeah.
And then Akira changed the members. Also, we had a great time in the States, touring with the Molly Crew, AC/DC. That was great one.
Yeah.
Just never give up. Just keep going on, whatever you believe.
Sometimes it's harder than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're playing a lot of shows to celebrate the 45th anniversary of the band.
Yeah.
How different is your touring routine now than it was 45 years ago? Less drinking.
Yeah, well, I quit drinking though.
Right.
For 2 years. But anyway, was different. Well, I hope I sing better than it used to be. And then, 80s, I was so stupid and idiot guy, just after show drinking and having party, stuff like that. Typical 80s rock lifestyle. But now we are pretty much straight, no alcohol, no nothing, just straight ahead, clean, be healthy,
and just music.
Yeah, just music. That's make us happy,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You find different priorities as you get older. Don't you?
Yeah, hangover, and then man, I feel sick today, but we gotta go on stage. No more.
But now it's my back.
Oh, exactly, my shoulders.
Yes.
You know well.
You've played Tuska several times. What is it about this festival that makes it so special?
For me, Northern Europe, this area, Northern Europe, is kind of one of the best heavy rock music in the world.
Yeah.
Because, just so many great bands from here. I mean, Norway, Finland, and of course in England too. This area, this country for heavy rock or hard rock, best country, I think. It's totally different between America and here.
Yeah.
America is more, they're into heavy rock as well, but to me, something different.
There's a passion here. Isn't there?
Yeah.
There's just Finns love this.
Yeah. Also tonight, they went crazy. They could big crowd.
Yeah, I was near the back, so I was watching the crowd as much as you, and that was
amazing.
You had them in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
Tonight. So you've already played your show. How was it?
How was it? Well, it was great. We had a great time. Awesome moment.
Yeah.
The people in the crowd, fantastic. Yeah, hopefully we'll be back here again because I love to play music in here after this festival. It's so fun.
How serious were you when you said, I think we've probably got 5 years? Because that was the bit I noticed.
Yeah. I'll be 71. Yeah, I'm doing...
You can still do it.
Yeah. Look at that, Samir Hagar. He's 78 or something like that.
You came here from Japan.
Yeah.
And then you've got Spain and one other show while you're in Europe.
Sweden, yeah. Time to Rock Festival.
But you've got a few days between each show, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that something that's changed from the old days? You make sure there's some days off? Yeah.
Well, in the 80s, like 5 shows, 1 day off, 7 shows, maybe 15 shows.
Yeah.
Without any rest,
Yeah. You have to be more conscious of the vocals
we're
now.
getting old, so I don't want to go to the tour bros and everyday shows in there. I don't want to do that there.
So for somebody who may not have heard of Loudness, you've got 45 years of music to choose from. Which one song would you say
Well,
is a great introduction?
my favorite one is Hurricane Eyes from the Released album. That's a good one. And also our early days album, Fast or 2, third album, would be good for them who do not know Loudness.
Can you recommend another band from your native country that listeners to the podcast should check out?
You know what? I grew up with Japanese rhythm and blues artists. I was born in Osaka, which is the second big city in Japan. And then when I was 15 years old, I went into Japanese blues, such as Masaki Ueda or Yukadan. That's my favorite. The really Japanese deep soul music.
And finally, what's the best way people can find out more about your music?
Maybe you can check us on YouTube.
Yep.
Tons of
Lots of live clips.
Recently bootleg stuff, not the professional make, audience recorded.
Proper moments.
Yeah, no fix, no anything. Some of them pretty bad, some of them great. So check them out.
Then you get a good feel for the good nights and the bad nights. Yeah, perfect. So next up in the Bands That Cover the 80 Bands Around the World project is Slope, a groove, hardcore and funk metal band from Duisburg, Germany. I spoke to them before their show. Okay, so I'm chatting with the guys from Slope here at Tuska. Hi, guys.
Hi, nice to meet you.
There's a lot of genres going on in your music, and I've seen you described as multiple things musically. How do you describe the music of the band?
It's a tough question that we did question ourselves a lot. I think from every record we redefine it, like something like that. We have one rule that we put all our individual influences from all of us as a person together and get a good mix. I think right now, I would say we somewhere in the hardcore, pop punk, metal, but still alternative style. But when you go back into Street Heat, I would say we are very experimental, funk metal, like more of that. It really switched from record to record. We got more genre, we got more boundaries.
Who are your influences as a band? When you first got together, who did you all go, we like that? Not necessarily who you wanted to sound like, but who influences your music?
I think big part took Red Hot Chili Peppers, like from all the other things except for hardcore. Like hardcore, I could talk the whole interview, but I would say key influences: Red Hot Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, early Incubus, Alice in Chains.
All the good stuff in the 90s.
All the good stuff in the 90s. Yeah, we're from the 90s. So,
same here. So as soon as you said that, I was thinking, I'm completely on the same page.
Jizzy, our guitarist, he broke his leg when we were, I think, 18 or 19, 20, maybe 20. Time flies. And we did nothing for, I think, 7 months or something, except for smoking weed and watching old sets on YouTube, like all 80s set, all 90s set, and just discovering and consuming music. That was the best thing whatever happened to this band, that he broke his leg.
Okay. Your new album, The Same Kids, Just Louder, is due out in September.
Yeah.
Tell me some more of the sort of themes and the feelings behind the songs and what you were trying to do with it.
This project is a little bit different to the past ones because we tried to work with someone new as a producer. We did this whole thing with David Boyle, just to give it like a new mix. And in the writing process, we focused on make it a little bit more easier to listen to as a consumer. And also, like, this was what we were feeling, but we still got, I think we got a good mix of really hard songs, really sing-along songs, and also some emotional songs, like on the music-wise. From the lyric-wise, it's really, I think the whole album is about stress, a little bit of heartbreak, and just a grind. Just like there was so much pressure on us over the last 2 years, it needed to come out. Yeah.
So you're here in Helsinki. This is your first Tuska?
It's first Tuska, first time Finland.
First time in Finland.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me as a human, it's first time Finland ever.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
for Slope, it's also. Yeah.
What are your first feelings, thoughts about Helsinki?
Really cool, really cool. Like, we didn't saw that much because we got a shuttle from the airport to here, but everybody's nice, great hospitality, great people, and really organized, so good.
It is one of the best organised festivals in Finland.
It's big approve.
Good. Are you excited about playing, and what can people expect from your set?
We are very excited to play, because every time we play in a new country, you don't know really what to expect, but I hope it doesn't sound nosy or something, but honestly, we don't give a shit. Like we're just doing the same set for 1 people than we do for like 10,000. Just want to have a good time ourselves, and I think it's pretty cool that we play in the smaller stage, like inside, so it's kind of like a club show. So I hope it's get wild and warm.
Are you going to play any songs from the new album today?
Yeah, of course. I think we play every 4 singles. Yeah, the 4 things that are out, and a good mix from our past records.
You're here for the whole day?
Whole day, yeah.
Who's on your list to see once you've played?
We just watched Gatekeeper. Just want to see Blood Incantation.
Megadeth fans? Are you going to catch Megadeth later?
I think we're going to catch them. I just want to see
you. You kind of have to, don't you?
Yeah, you kind of have to. Except for the music, just enjoying ourselves, because rough week. So, yeah, and we don't have to drive today, so maybe catch some drinks later.
So if you could recommend one track from your band to a new listener that's already out, which one would it be?
I would say Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave is like a good mix of sing-along, also experimental, but also like the verses are, I think, true hardcore, and I think many people can relate to getting a heartbreak or going through a heartbreak and recovering shit.
What is the most rock and roll thing the band has ever done?
Well, the first 3 years we played, I don't know the English name.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. For the who can sleep in the car and who has to sleep outside.
How about, can you recommend another band from your native country that people should check out?
Yeah, 100%. We just announced a tour with Defiance, cool hardcore band from southern Germany. There's so much more, like Wonderful Worlds, also Dagger Threat. Like if you're into new metal, Dagger Threat, one of the hardest from the north. You have hardcore bands from Germany, Dogbite, Fizz also.
And finally, what is the best way people can find out more about the band? Is it your website?
I think it's like a good mix sometimes of the website, because on the website you got an overview what tour dates are we playing or what shows we're playing, and you can come to the streaming. We have also the shop there for merch and shit, but if you want to be like really up to date, I would say Instagram. Like we're like active there. We got like also a newsletter. If you really like don't want to miss out on something, you can sign up for a newsletter and get like bonus shit, like you can get a pre-access to the pre-order, or you get like discount on tour tickets or something like that. Sometimes we also did like a secret merch drop just for people in the newsletter to give something back.
Slope were the first band I saw on the smaller indoor Cult stage. I was lucky to get in as it was absolutely packed. Sadly, due to interview commitments, I only managed to see a couple of songs in their set, but what I saw I liked. Energetic, in your face, and laden with riffs. I would love to see a full set by them at some stage. Next up, Italy's entry into the 80 Bands project is sci-fi themed melodic death metal band Loudness. I would like to point out for those who noticed that I did actually have an Italian artist previously, but as I had already asked for an interview with these guys and it was accepted, I have changed due to not having spoken to the previous artist. Hey, things change. So here's what they had to say before their set. So I'm chatting with the guys from Loudness here at Tuska. Hi guys.
Hello.
How was your trip to Finland?
Yeah, pretty good. It's just 3 hours from Italy, so it's pretty fast, yeah.
And are you here just for today?
I think some of us got back to Rome 7 different days.
Okay, but yeah. So some of you are here for the whole festival, or?
No, only today.
Just for today at the festival.
And for no particular reason, we used to travel like if we were like super big rock star, everyone usually are on a different plane, but I don't know why.
Me too.
I really don't know why, since we departed from the same city to arrive to the same city, but we just travel with different planes.
Is that why the band are still together after so long, though? Maybe that helps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I know you play melodic death metal, But can you tell me a bit more about sort of the band and what you do and what your sort of niche is within that scene?
Yeah, so the band was born in 2003, so just a few years ago. I say 2003 because it's when we released our first EP. Okay, we can say, yeah, many years before we think about the band, but it's like when a baby is born. So we released a couple of EP, 4 albums, 1 live album, and a couple of EP in the last years. This is basically our discography so far. I know that it's strange to play melodic death metal in Italy. Maybe you're a child, you like this kind of band. For some of us, it could be melodic death metal, and you start to, I want to be like them, let's play something like them. That's it. But most of the stuff came from here, Finland or from Sweden or Norway, or in Finland, here in Tuska, you can run this festival for 1 week, and maybe only Finland band can play because there are a lot of Finland bands,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
be here as the only Italian band for this year. It's very an honor for us. It's strange.
Yeah.
Say why they are here.
So, as a band, what are your influences musically?
So, our main genre is melodic death metal, but since we're saying, like in the interview before, like every of our album is pretty like different with a characteristic sound. So basically, it's melodic death, but we have different influences. So and everything blends into our sound. I mostly listen to metal, but like very melodic stuff. So like I love North European metal. He's more into like progressive and Guitar Hero stuff. But maybe you also like all the art rock stuff.
Yeah,
and
for
all
example, many art rock bands that come from here, as Smack, as Honey Rocks. This is the first 699s. Are one of my favorite.
We basically listen from like from pop to extreme metal.
Yeah.
So you're here in Helsinki for the first time. For some of you who've been here before, how excited are you to be here at Tuska, which obviously from what you've said is something you've known about for a long time?
I remember as a kid growing listening to this kind of music, and I was in the YouTube era for discovering music, like the first YouTube era, and most of the things I looked on YouTube was like this band live Tuska. So it was crazy for me, like being here in so iconic festivals, and we played in many festivals, but this for me is like something very special, and
one of the
so
highlights.
excited. Yeah,
Excellent. Yeah. You've been together a long time. What is the most rock and roll thing the band has ever done?
The most rock and roll thing is when we went to Asia. We took like 8 planes in 6 days, and we went to Shanghai and then Tokyo, and then we had an hour of sleep during the week. It was really crazy, but really had a great time, and we enjoyed the show and the people, but it was really, really stressful.
If you could recommend one track that you've made to a new listener out of everything you've done, what would it be?
It's called Magnitude 9.6. It's the first track of our second album, and I think in that song there is mostly what we are as composition.
And can you recommend another band from your native country that listeners to the podcast should check out? Yeah.
Yeah, we have many great bands in Italy. Some like historic bands like that, maybe a very big influence on European metal scene. I can say,
So for example, like
November, Flash God,
Apocalypse.
like we have
Negaret, now they don't play no more, but Negaret was the first extreme metal bands of Italy. I think Flash God Apocalypse opened the street also for us in a certain way, because they are very brutal. Before them, if you write to a festival and say, I'm this band, I play brutal, and I don't want to. After Flash God Apocalypse, they start to think that also in Italy there could be good aggressive band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Lacuna Coil opened this kind of
maybe Lacuna Coil say, hey guys, in Italy we can do metal also.
this kind of metal.
Yeah, and then maybe Flash God say, but we can be very angry too.
Yeah.
We are clever to make some extreme music too in Italy.
Okay.
And also I think like Flash God are super important, like for maybe as influence for the way our band by now should push push like to arrive at certain point. So.
And finally, what is the best way for people to find out about the band?
Instagram, Facebook.
But basically, what I think, like for our band, one of the main things to discover us is like, I think our strength is in the live shows. So basically, many of our fans, like we built our fan base like from one people, maybe I don't know, I wasn't there in 2003, but maybe one people from the first show, and then two people from the second, three people, and then we have, I can see we are lucky enough to have pretty solid fan base. Like not huge, but we have like a very loyal and nice fan base. And we just discovered that here at Tuska, one person traveled from Kuwait or Qatar or Syria, I don't remember, because that person saw us in Dubai 3 years ago.
Wow.
And travel from the Middle Eastern, with the Middle Eastern situation now,
To see us.
to Helsinki to see us. I wouldn't do that for me.
Before you want to know what is rock and roll, this is rock and roll.
That's the most rock and roll
That's
band
incredible,
story.
yeah.
I was deep in the crowd for my second visit to the Cult stage to watch Lunacy. I could barely see the band, but I could certainly feel their energy. A little heavy for my taste, but singer Alessandro has one hell of a voice and stage presence, which was certainly a crowd pleaser. Some killer riffs in their set too. So, Paleface Swiss are the fourth band that I interviewed, or actually just the frontman. They played on Saturday and are described as an aggressive fusion of deathcore, beat-down hardcore and nu metal. I was curious, so here's what I chatted about with Mark Zelly Zellweger, the singer, before they played. I'm with Zelly at Tuska from Paleface Swiss. How you doing?
I'm doing very good. It's really warm.
Stupidly warm.
Yeah.
At least you're not in the UK though.
Right?
Because a friend messaged me saying it was 40 degrees yesterday.
Everybody, all of my friends are like, it's so hot. I'm like, we kind of dribbled the heat wave. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. At home, my mom texted me, my apartment is like a sauna. It's crazy.
You haven't left any pets behind?
No, just my plants. But she's taking care of them really
Good.
well. So
well, mums normally do all right with
yes,
that, don't
yes,
they?
no,
So
she's
that's
great. So apparently when I go home, I fly home tomorrow after 11 weeks of tour. This is the last show. So I go home tomorrow and I might have to buy a little AC thing or whatever. Apparently it's really warm.
I'm not a big metal guy.
Me neither.
I love all genres of music.
Same.
Now you are defined as deathcore.
Which is so wrong.
What is your definition of what you do?
I have no idea what we're doing. The thing is, I don't like deathcore. I never listened to deathcore. I never tried to write deathcore. I don't even know exactly what it is. So how can people tell me that I'm in a deathcore? I don't even fucking know, you know? I don't know how to describe us. If I would have to tell somebody, it's just, I would say nu metal, which is also very wrong. But it's just aggressive music. I really don't know what it is. It's emotional, aggressive, raw music, and we have fun with it.
See, that gets me more interested in reading metalcore.
Right? It's so much better. It's so much better to describe it that way. So like, I like those adjectives you just used. But deathcore, I don't care if people call us that, but we're definitely not a deathcore band. We're not a deathcore band.
No, that's fair enough. In that case, what are the band's influences? What were the bands that made you guys go, we want to do this?
So honestly, Slipknot. Slipknot is their biggest influence. I love like the old rock stuff. I love Nickelback so much.
Wow.
Funny, I know, I love Nickelback so much. And like Seether and System of a Down and all that, you know. Korn, that stuff I like a lot. I listen to a lot of hip-hop music. That's probably why my flow inspiration for my vocals come from, you know, like NF, J. Cole and all that. I like this a lot. And I listen to so much electronic music, like techno and dubstep and drum and bass. I don't listen to metal too often, to be fair. I listen to everything else way more than I listen to metal. Yeah, here we are, a metal band, baby, on a metal festival, and I enjoy every second of it, trust me.
But that's often why metal bands stand out, is because they're not necessarily metal fans, they're just doing what they want to do.
Yes. I found myself in this scene because this is the perfect place to just express myself in the way I want to express myself. and people understand and love that, and that's why I'm here, and I love it so much.
Cool. So how was your trip to Helsinki? Because you came from Copenhagen, right?
Yes, we flew in this morning. We were on the same plane with POD and Trivium, which was nice.
Nice.
So we were like not the only ones being very tired at 6 a.m. at the airport. We were all like, oh, we've got the same destination, don't we? We were like, yeah, the coffee place. It was a great trip. All good. We have a beautiful hotel. And
where were you staying?
Close to the airport.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
But it's beautiful. The festival booked it for us. Really nice rooms. Really, really nice. Good accommodation. So all good.
That's always good to give the promoter a plug when you're doing it.
Yes.
Have you been to Finland before?
Yes. Last year we played the Numi Rock Festival.
Okay, that's a smaller version of this, really, isn't it?
Beautiful festival. Oh my God. If you've never been there, whoever's listening to this, check it out. It's beautiful. It's at a lake, huge camping ground in the forest. Beautiful little family-like festival. I would love to play there again. It was amazing.
And now about Tuska. What are your? Because obviously it appears that this is the legendary Northern Europe festival. So how do you feel about?
I heard many good things about this place. I had friends played here, and they always had a great time. So I was looking forward to it a lot. It's sad that we don't have any production today because it's a fly-in show for us, you know. So it's just me, Yannick, Tommy, and one drum kit on stage, nothing else.
Right.
But it will be fun. I'm looking forward. Yeah.
How's the tour been? Because as you mentioned before we started recording, this is coming to the end of your tour. You've got some more dates. You've got some festival shows.
This is our last one.
This is your last
the last show out of an 11-week tour. I left my house at 12th of April, and now it's the 27th of June. I'll be home tomorrow for the first time since those 3 months or whatever. We did a US tour, a support tour. We supported Lorna Shore in the States, and back-to-back festival season in Europe, baby.
How's it been?
Amazing.
But exhausting.
Exhausting, but hey, honestly, up until the last 1.5, 2 weeks, we were all fine. But when the heat went up, and now I can feel my body. Now,
and also you can see the end. It's so close now.
Hey, the closer to the end, the harder it gets because you can see it. You're like, I'm right there, baby.
Yeah.
But you just have to keep reminding yourself, hey, I'm going to be home for 3 days, and then I will miss touring again. You know, so I'm going to enjoy this as much as I can.
If you had to choose, would you pick live or recording?
I love both so much. There's not a better feeling in the world than writing a song that you love so much, playing it live for the first time, and the people love it just as much as you do. That's the best feeling in the world. It's I want to do both back to back all the time.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are there any bands here you want to see, or have you not got time?
The Plot in You, they start in 1 minute.
I'm sorry.
I'm okay. Totally. You're
I guess
okay.
That happens every time you're at a festival, though,
but
isn't
The
it?
Plot in You is one of my favorite bands when it comes to heavy music. And yeah.
So if you could recommend one track from your band for a new listener, where should they start?
Hatred or Everything Is Fine. It's the most aggressive song that we have and the softest song that we have.
Okay.
Choose your fighter.
So if they like those, then they're going to like everything.
Yeah, they like everything in between too. Yeah.
Perfect. What is the most rock and roll thing the band has ever done?
I once took a shit into a green room because they pissed off all of us really bad. I was like, fuck you guys. And I took a shit there, like in the green room, and then we just left the venue. Yeah, I think that's really fucking funny.
Okay, you're way up on the list now. That's moved you up to maybe second. I'll tell you first once we finish recording. And can you recommend another band from your native country that people should check out?
Must Be Wrong. It's a skate punk, pop punk band. I went to school with the singer, and we're just close friends.
Okay.
They're doing it for fun. It's like a little fun band.
Yep.
But they've got 6 songs, and they're so fun to listen to. So Must Be Wrong. Yeah.
Fantastic. And finally, what's the best way for people to find out about the band?
Obviously, internet, like everybody, but please come to our shows. We're such a live band. I live for this. I want to be live. I want to meet people. I want to see their faces, and I want to perform and all that. So please come to our live shows, and you have to experience this, not because we're so unbelievably good, but you can see who we are on stage, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, just come to one of our shows.
I have to be honest, I hadn't heard of Paleface Swiss before their set, but it seems most of Tuska had. They entered the Nordic Energy stage to a huge crowd who followed instructions like an army. Encouraged to get involved and crowd surf, which is banned, the crowd fed off the band's energy and vice versa. What a high-octane set this was, and although not my genre, I loved watching this as you could see the passion and commitment to the show from the band. Nice work from the Swiss 4-piece. So, summing up, new countries towards the 80 Bands Around the World project? Hell yeah. Country 27 is Japan, represented by Loudness. 28 is Germany, with Slope. 29 is Italy and Lunacy. And band 30 is Switzerland and Paleface Swiss. I would like to give a special shout out to Jere and Maria from the Ginger Vine Agency for their work and organisation behind the scenes with the bands and press. Thank you guys. But for now, thanks Tuska and all the great people I met during the weekend. It was a great experience, and I'm pretty sure I'll be back in Suvilahti celebrating your amazing festival again in 2027.